Today I'm going to show you a few things I've gotten to start off a relatively easy way to make high-tech movies using a couple of different devices. And I'm going to start with a new action cam that I got that actually seems to be capable of being more than an action cam, uh, primarily because of the selectable field of view. And I think that'll make a big difference, but you're welcome to watch me make mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, so the first item that I want to look at is important because it'll help me show off other items later. Explorer Pro Action Camera Voice Broadcast. World's first voice broadcast action camera. I have no idea what that means. It shows that it's got 30 meters of depth for water. I assume that's in a case. 170-degree field of view. Now that field of view is selectable, and that I consider to be a very important thing. Okay, so let's open it up. And in the pieces we have, first of all, a box that says camera. And there you go. It's a camera. It's very nicely packed. Kind of Apple-esque. It comes pre-installed in the underwater housing. Now I think we'll have to open it up anyway because we're going to want to charge the battery and get the battery going. Then we have the second pack, which seems to have some gizmos and other things. Let's see, we've got a what you'll notice right away is that there is a button here, and this is the power button, but it also gets you to the menu. It's basically power, two choices, and then your menu. So basically, let's turn this over and I'll show you how we get to the menu. Let's power on. We're on. And you'll see that it's giving me a couple of field of view choices, and then it also shows past recordings if I want to look at that. And now here's the menu, and to go through the menu we've got these side buttons that basically scroll through. You can see the choices that you have: resolution, loop recording, which is if you want to do, say, 2 minutes on a continuous loop forever, for security purposes or whatever. The gyroscope on and off, I've usually got it on. Wide dynamic range, yes. Time-lapse record, basically you set this. Now you get into the sub-menu simply by pointing the OK button or pushing the OK button on the top. And now you see that you've got choices. Now I've done a test of this already, which I'll show you. It can be off 100 milliseconds, 200 milliseconds, 500 milliseconds, 1 second, and 5 seconds are the various choices. Once you click on one of these, the next time you hit record, you're basically going to be recording time-lapse, whether you want to or not. So this is a choice that you make, and then you unmake as time goes on. All right, so then let's get back to the menu. All right, so back to the menu. Motion detection, again, this will record if it sees something moving. This is for security purposes. Record audio, The choice there is yes and no. Date stamp, if you want a visible date stamp on your recordings, I generally would say no. Angle, here's your angles, 70, 110, 140, and 170. 170 is the natural lens choice, but this allows you to change the angles so you're essentially performing more of a close-up and eliminating some of the horizontal bend, which this lens also helps eliminate. This is a special lens that most of these cameras do not have. That gets rid of some of the aberration, not all of it, but some of it. Diving mode, I have no idea what that is. I'll have to find out. Night scene, that means that if you're definitely shooting at night and you want to work with available light, that'll help. Self timer, if you're into selfies and you want to run and get into the shot. Image size for the prints, for photos. Burst mode, it will essentially shoot a series of photos quickly. Quality choices, sharpness choices, white balance, basically daylight, cloudy, tungsten. You have choices, fluorescent. And of course auto, which is where we're at. Color, basically color, black and white, and sepia. ISO, if you need to play with the ISO for a depth effect, or because you're basically trying for something specific, you have choices here. Obviously in video, auto is probably the choice. Exposure value. For photos or for lighting situations, you can adjust the exposure value up and down, which is a nice thing to have. Anti-shaking, I've got that on most of the time. It definitely works. Delete, if you want to go into your memory card and delete items from it. Protect, that will protect items. Wi-Fi we played around with before. So you can see that the camera is talking to my iPhone, and I'm able actually to control the camera from the iPhone in terms of all of its functions. Other features, you've got your mini HDMI or micro HDMI out, the micro SD slot, USB for either powering or charging the battery through the camera, or for connecting to a computer. In most cases, simply taking out the memory card is the fastest way to do things. This is a car adapter for placing your action cam onto your car window or outside of your car. This is, of course, the waterproof case, but what we have here on the bottom is a float so that your waterproof case, if it just slips out of your hands, doesn't mean that you have to dive 8 feet to go find it. And finally, this tripod, which we'll take a closer look at briefly. This is something I found on Amazon. There'll be a link on the website. Okay, so that's a quick look at the Explorer Pro from MGcool, or ELE Cam. If you go to frugal4k.com, there's a deal where you can get this camera for 55 bucks. I would also urge you to search on that site for the accessories I talked about. It'll make for quite a package. It already comes with a lot of accessories. You just need a few more to really be ready for any situation. I also might add, it does not have a mic in. It has a microphone, which gets pretty useless when you're underwater or in the protective plastic bubble for underwater, but that's easily overcome by using a digital recorder and a microphone, if it comes to that, or if you want really good audio for your actualities, especially interviews. I'm Brian Lee, and thank you for watching, and we'll be back next time with another look at some of the mistakes we've made so you don't have to, and other things. So long. Bye.